Horses have been lathered to a foam. Rode real hard.
Did you see the...
It's the man who killed your ma.
Come on, leave something for the rope.
Sheriff Ringo, you investigated the Parrott place after the killing, didn't you?
Yes, Mr. Bogan.
When Jess Parrott brought in Kincaid's horse, did you at least examine the animal?
Yes.
And wasn't it lathered as from a hard ride?
Yes.
As though ridden by a man in fear?
Is the public defender going to let me answer that question? I thought we weren't supposed to draw conclusions.
Your Honor, I object. Objection sustained.
Oh, I have no further questions. Is your witness, Mr. Wade?
No questions.
No questions. Your Honor, if he's trying to prove me guilty, what did he get himself appointed for my defense for?
You had every chance to engage your own counsel, Kincaid.
And what am I going to pay him off with?
In that case, you'll have to settle for a public defender.
Then I'll get hanged for being poor. Now, he knows that I can't pay him nothing. And that's what he's giving me back. Just nothing.
Make him sit down.
Are you sure you have no questions, Mr. Wade?
Like what?
Kincaid swore he wasn't near the Parrott place. Don't you want him to testify to that?
It would be a downright shame to deny the prisoner the benefit of your brilliance, Mr. Ringo. Your Honor, I'd like to turn my case over to Mr. Ringo. He evidently feels he's better qualified.
Mr. Wade, aren't you forgetting your client?
No, Your Honor, I should never have taken the case. I saw Mrs. Parrott dead. It colors my thinking.
Any objections from the defendant? The choice is his.
No.
Well, I should like to call Mr. Kincaid to the stand.
Very well.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God. Mr. Kincaid, where were you at the time that Lorna Parrott was killed? At 2 p.m. yesterday.
I was rounding up calves, taking them to water. My well's dried up.
You're sure you weren't at the Parrott place?
Mr. Ringo, my place is dying hard, and it hurts me to watch it. But I don't leave it when it needs me.
Well, how did the stolen goods come to be on your property?
Well, like I said, a man dropped them.
Did you get a good look at him?
No, he was riding too fast.
Well, what did you do then?
I picked up the bundle, and I took it inside the house. And then the next thing I knew, the Parrotts come busting in and said that I stole it. Then they said that I killed Mrs. Parrott.
Your witness.
Mr. Kincaid, didn't you have a motive for killing Lorna Parrott?
I never killed her. I never done that.
So you've been saying, but we're discussing motives now. You say that your cattle were dying of thirst. Why didn't you drill another well?
I didn't have any money.
Well, Jess Parrott had water on his place. Why didn't you graze your stock over there?
I asked him. He said that they could have all the salt water they could drink. See, Jess Parrott didn't like me very much.
Why?
Well, his wife... I have to answer that, Mr. Ringo.
The question was, why didn't Jess Parrott like you?
Well, Mrs. Parrott and I danced together one time at a church social. We had a real nice time. Now, we just danced together, and that's all there was to it. And Jess Parrott never got over that.
He's a liar. I'm not a jealous man. My wife was... He's a liar.
Why don't you tell the truth, Mr. Kincaid? You killed Lorna Parrott. She caught you robbing her house and you killed her.
I never killed her. I never went anywhere near. I object.
You're even with Jess Parrott now. You paid him back for refusing water to your cattle. Now, why don't you clear your conscience? Why don't you tell us how it happened?
Oh, I never killed her.
Your Honor, I object.
All right, Mr. Kincaid, you can step down. Would you call the boy to the stand, please? Ricky, I want you to sit up here. Now, Ricky, I'm going to ask you a very important question now, boy. I want you to think hard before you answer. Your Honor, this boy saw the man who killed Lorna Parrott. He's the only witness. Remember that. The only witness. Ricky, who killed your mother?
That man.
That's all I have to say, Your Honor. I rest my case. Mr. Ringo?
Your Honor, this boy is 6 years old. Now, would you or the jury let a child pull the rope on an innocent man?
The boy saw it happen. He's the only one who did. We gotta go by what he says, Ringo.
All right. But let's make sure. Come on, Ricky. Frank, would you take your brother outside, please? Kelly, take the prisoner out through the other door. Joe, would you mind sitting over there at the table? Frank!
I object, Your Honor. That young boy has been through enough.
If he's old enough to hang a man, he's old enough to answer one more question in this trial. Can I go on, Judge?
Court has no objection.
Frank, would you bring your brother back in here, please? Now, Ricky, I want you to tell us again, who killed your mother?
That man.
Come on, Ricky. Frank, why don't you take your brother on home? When you go into the jury room, gentlemen, remember what you've just witnessed. Now, Ricky's been through a lot. He saw his mother killed. Under that shock, that little boy made a serious mistake. I don't want you making the same mistake.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor, and we find the defendant, Virgil Kincaid, not guilty as charged.
Will the defendant face the court? Kincaid, the jury has found you not guilty. They think you didn't kill Lorna Parrott. Privately, I'm entitled to my own opinion. And if you want to learn how I feel about you, just make one mistake in this town that'll bring you into this court again. Even one small misdemeanor will put you in jail until you rot. Kincaid, I can't say to be hanged by the neck until dead, but I can say and mean it, may God have mercy on your soul.
Why'd you come here, Cully?
Ringo staked me out to keep an eye on your place, in case you had visitors. Guess I was a little late.
How many were there?
The light was bad. I couldn't see so good.
Did you recognize any of them?
All I saw were fists, Ringo.
This cut on your chin is pretty deep. I'll have to take some stitches. It's gonna hurt.
Doc, how could a man's fist cut clear to the bone?
Finger ring could do it. Heavy one.
Lots of men wear rings. Feel like hunting for a whisper in a big wind.
We'll hunt just the same. Kincaid, do you have a gun?
Yeah, there's a 44 in the top drawer. I never keep it loaded, though.
Cully?
You'll need some beans in this wheel.
Why'd you come here, Doc?
Ringo asked me to come.
Well, how do you feel? You think I killed Mrs. Parrott?
What I think has nothing to do with my being here. If I came away without anything to kill the pain, you'll have to hold his arms.
You don't need to do that. Just go ahead.
Hold the arms, please.
Why did you come, Doc?
You do solemnly swear that into whatsoever whole house you shall enter, it will be for the good of the sick, to the utmost of your power.
Kincaid,
Yeah.
you better keep that gun handy. There may be some people in town who don't live by Doc's code. That's a nice ring you're wearing. Mind if I take a look at it?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, a ring like that could cut up a man's face pretty bad.
Be hard to prove it.
You come near Kincaid again and I'll beat your brains out. And that goes for all of you. You leave him alone.
Kincaid?
Where'd you find him?
Saw buzzards flying near Adobe Wells.
That's a long way to go for a drink of water.
He would have died of thirst, Kincaid. But that's not what killed him.
Stopped a Skokie Whistler. 30-30. Right in the belly.
Why do they take it out on a poor little old calf?
It belonged to you. That's all the excuse somebody needed.
Trask, how much money can a man get on a dead calf?
You get out of here, Kincaid.
$200. It'd keep my cattle alive, and it'd drill me a well, and keep my calves from straying and burning up with thirst.
We've been all through this many times, Kincaid. Your place just isn't a good enough risk for that size loan.
I know. Oh, I know. I ain't got nothing in my place but my life and my sweat. And that ain't got no market value.
Now, I got things to do, if you don't mind.
Now, Trask, I got a few head of cattle left.
And I'm gonna keep them alive if it kills me.
Or kills me. Or anybody else who crosses you.
Now, 12 men set me free. 12! 12!
Kincaid, as time goes by, this town is gonna make you wonder if you ever really were set free, as you put it.
Up against the wall. It's just about as far as he can go, ain't it?
How do you put yourself to sleep at night, Trask? Counting silver dollars, jumping over what?
Don't you start moralizing to me, Ringo. I'm not gonna help a man like Kincaid, now or ever.
Ever see one of these up close, Henry? Know what makes it work? This is the cap. The percussion cap. When struck by the firing pin, it explodes. The powder burns and forms powerful gases that force the slug out through the gun barrel at a very high velocity. Now, if the gun is aimed right, it'll kill what it hits.
Now, just what's all that supposed to mean?
Kincaid. This town's priming him. He's being pushed, and sooner or later he's going to explode.
Now, why are you telling me all this? Just where do I fit in?
Somewhere between the firing pin and the percussion cap.
Kincaid? Man can be killed for stealing.
Harrod, my cows need water. You got plenty to spare here. Don't make me shoot you, Parrott!
I'll save the last shot for you.
Parrott! My cows are dying. I'm gonna fight for water if I have to.
I hope you can count.
shot my paw.
Are you sure it was Kincaid?
I saw it happen. I was there. And I'm no 6-year-old boy who'll change his story.
Where is he?
I saw him heading towards Twin Rocks.
Well, we don't need all of your help.
We're going. You ain't getting off free this time. Come on.
Kincaid! Kincaid, can you hear me? Did you shoot Jess Parrott?
Yeah, I shot him. But you're gonna have to come up here and kill me. I ain't coming down, Mr. Ringo.
We didn't come to kill you, but you've got to face the law.
They'd hang me, sure. You heard what that judge said.
Better get him to Doc Bardell's fast.
Is this the verdict you wanted?
Doc says there's a chance. We won't know for a while.
Why, you just did your duty, Ringo.
Yeah. I fired the shot that knocked Kincaid down. But if he dies, this town killed him. He started dying the minute he walked out of that courtroom.
Hey, you the sheriff here, Ringo?
You know that. You got a poster on anybody named Jaggers? Slade Jaggers. Wanted for killing up in Medora.
You know that, too. You wouldn't waste your time on anything unless it had a price on it.
How much for him? Fresh kill.
Look it up, Cully. I'd hate to see a bounty hunter go hungry.
I want the going market price, top dollar. You pay me off in the saloon.
I'll leave the money in the gutter.
Hey, you ever hear of a woman named Lorna Parrott?
Why?
Just before he died, Jaggers said he killed her. That mean anything to you?
He wants to know if that means anything. Does it? This cartridge held the bullet to put a hole in Virgil Kincaid. Anybody want it for a souvenir?
Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known. Everywhere he traveled, trouble was all that he found. Face to face with a man set to prove that he could shoot Ringo down. Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known.